Power is something most people mistake for volume. They think if you shout the loudest, you must be the strongest. But true power doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to pound on its chest or broadcast its intentions. It shows up quietly, without warning, and makes an impact that words could never match. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you don't have to convince anyone else. You don't have to fight for recognition or approval. You don't need to explain your purpose or justify your decisions. You let your actions and your results speak in a language louder than any argument. Power is the calm in your voice when others are losing their heads. It's the patience to let others burn themselves out trying to get a reaction. It's the ability to stand in the middle of chaos and remain completely unshaken. When you understand this, you stop wasting your energy proving yourself to people who don't matter. You save that energy for what does: your goals, your growth, your peace. Silent power is deliberate. It moves on its own schedule. It waits for the right moment, the right opportunity, and then it acts decisively. It doesn't announce when it's coming. It doesn't give warnings or ultimatums. It simply does what needs to be done, and everyone else is left wondering how it happened. Fools aren't looking for truth, growth, or resolution. They're looking for a reaction. They bait you not because they have a point to prove, but because they crave the moment you lose control. They operate in chaos, stirring drama, testing your patience, hoping you'll break character and play their game. Every insult they throw, every petty move they make, it's a trap carefully set to provoke you. And the moment you take the bait, you give them exactly what they want: your power, your focus, your peace. They thrive in your reaction because it validates them. It tells them they got under your skin, that you're affected. But when you don't respond, when you remain steady and unbothered, you starve them of the one thing they can't generate on their own: importance. Silence becomes your strategy. Indifference becomes your shield. Because nothing is more frustrating to a fool than being ignored by someone they can't shake. Reactions are expensive. They cost you energy, clarity, and dignity. And for what? To entertain someone who never deserved your attention in the first place? When you understand this, you stop playing defense to every offense. You start choosing your battles with precision, not emotion. Let them talk, let them plot, let them underestimate you. Their entire game falls apart when you don't give them a stage to perform on. Instinct is fast, emotional, and often raw. It pushes you to respond in the moment without thinking things through. It's that immediate surge of anger when someone disrespects you, the urge to clap back, to prove a point, to defend your pride. But intelligence plays a different game. Intelligence pauses. It steps back, it studies the situation and weighs the outcome before making a move. Where instinct wants to react, intelligence chooses to respond strategically, not emotionally. In high-pressure moments, instinct may feel powerful, but it's rarely precise. It pushes you into decisions that satisfy you now, but cost you later. That angry reply, that quick retaliation, that snap decision. You may win the moment, but lose the bigger picture. Intelligence, on the other hand, is about control. It's about seeing the angles, reading people, understanding timing, and knowing when silence speaks louder than confrontation. Using your mind over your impulse doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're dangerous in the right way, because when you think before you move, you can predict, prepare, and protect your energy. You don't fall into traps. You don't play into hands designed to make you look foolish. You know better, so you move better. Intelligence lets you see the bigger game while others are stuck in the moment. It allows you to lead with purpose, not pride. And when people expect you to explode, but you stay calm and calculated, you don't just confuse them, you win without even trying. When someone doubts you, disrespects you, or tries to tear you down, your first instinct might be to strike back. to defend yourself, to prove them wrong in the moment. But the truth is, words fade and arguments get forgotten. What stays, what echoes, what truly silences the noise is success. Nothing cuts deeper than watching the person you tried to break rise higher than ever without saying a word. Success speaks in a language no insult can argue with. You don't need revenge when your achievements make the statement for you. Let them laugh, let them talk, let them bet against you. While they waste time throwing shade, you're building, growing, moving, quietly stacking wins. And by the time they realize what you've become, it's too late. You're already beyond their reach. That's the power of keeping your head down and your standards high. Fighting back with anger gives them your time. Fighting back with success gives them your silence. And that silence is louder than any clapback. When you rise in spite of what they did, said, or believed, you don't just prove a point, you shatter expectations. And nothing confuses a critic more than being completely ignored by someone who's too busy winning. Every moment you stay focused, every time you choose discipline over drama, you're writing a story they can't touch. So let your wins be the response. Let your peace be your posture. Let your growth be your revenge. There will always be noise, opinions, distractions, jealousy, doubt. It all shows up the moment you decide to chase something bigger than yourself. People will talk, they'll criticize, they'll misunderstand your motives, and some will even hope you fail just so they can feel better about never trying. But you're not here for their approval, you're here for your vision. And the moment you start listening to every voice around you, you lose sight of the one voice that truly matters, your own. Noise comes from people who don't carry your dreams, who don't know your struggles, who haven't walked your path. They see your journey from a distance and think they understand the weight you're carrying. They don't. So don't let their volume distract you from your direction. Your vision is sacred. It's yours. It was born in silence, in moments of clarity, in pain, in stillness, in faith. It deserves your full focus, not your divided attention. Every second you spend explaining yourself, defending your choices, or reacting to someone who doesn't even believe in you is a second taken from your purpose. You can't build greatness if you're constantly stopping to silence every critic. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them misunderstand. Your success will make things clear in time. Staying locked in on your vision doesn't mean you're ignoring the world. It means you're choosing what matters most. You're choosing peace over performance. You're choosing growth over gossip. You're choosing to move forward when everything around you is trying to pull you sideways. And that kind of focus is rare. That kind of clarity scares people who live in confusion. The one who stays calm in the middle of chaos holds the true power. When everything around you is spinning, when people are shouting, when situations feel out of control, when the pressure is rising, the person who keeps their composure isn't weak. They're the one in charge. Calm isn't about being passive, it's about being deliberate. It's a weapon, not a weakness. Because when emotions run high and everyone else is reacting, the calm man is calculating. He sees what others miss. While everyone's scrambling to be heard, to prove a point, to dominate the room, he listens, watches, and waits. He doesn't rush decisions or let anger lead his actions. His silence is strategic. His stillness is focused. He knows that power isn't in the loudest voice. It's in the one who chooses when and how to speak. Calmness creates clarity. It gives you the ability to think 2 steps ahead while others are stuck in the moment. You don't get swept away by offense or flattery. You don't get baited into arguments or pushed into mistakes. You choose your timing, and when you act, it's with precision, not panic. In every battle, whether it's in the boardroom, in relationships, or within yourself, the one who can stay grounded is the one who wins, because storms always pass, the noise always fades, but the person who didn't lose themselves in the fire is the one still standing when it's over. Calm is strength under control. And in a world that's always rushing, reacting, and reaching for validation, calm becomes a kind of quiet dominance that no one sees coming. People will try to put you in a box the moment they meet you. They'll create stories about who you are based on your background, your appearance, your silence, your confidence, anything they can use to define you without actually knowing you. And once they've made that judgment, they'll expect you to act according to their script. But the power lies in refusing to play the role they've assigned. The moment you step outside their expectations, you become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. They may expect you to react with anger, so respond with grace. They may expect you to break under pressure, so stay calm. They may expect you to settle, so rise above. Every time you do the opposite of what they assume, you take back control of your story. You show them you're not here to meet their standards. You're here to exceed your own. That's how you flip the script. The truth is, most people are uncomfortable with what they can't label. If they can't figure you out, they can't control you, and if they can't control you, they'll try to tear you down. But don't shrink to make others comfortable. Don't dim your life so it fits inside their small view of you. Surprise them, confuse them, prove them wrong without even trying, just by being fully, unapologetically you. When you break the mold they built for you, you challenge their limitations, not yours. Let them guess, let them whisper, let them wonder what your next move will be. Because when no one can predict you, no one can prepare for you. So when the world tries to provoke you, when people throw their doubts, their judgments, their traps in your path, don't fight back. Fool them. Don't give them the reaction they crave. Don't give them the version of you they expect. Give them silence when they want noise. Give them discipline when they want chaos. Give them greatness when they expect failure. Because true power doesn't shout, it shows up. True strength isn't loud, it's controlled. The calmest one in the room holds the highest ground. And the one who stays focused on the vision, not the noise, is the one who rises while the rest burn out. Let your strategy be your silence, your wisdom be your weapon, and your success be the answer to everything they said you couldn't be, not by fighting their fire, but by mastering your own. You don't win by reacting, you win by rising.